Hello, everyone. This is Daniel Elizondo, managing editor of the Pleasanton Express, and with me is co-host Heaven Marquez. She's the sports editor of the Pleasanton Express, and we're here with 830 Amplified, powered by PleasantonExpress.com, and presented by Price Chevrolet. Together,
let's drive.
Together, let's drive. That's right, Heaven. Today we have a very special guest. It's Mr. Ronald Sanchez. He is Atascosa County Fire Marshal. Welcome, Ronald. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So
good morning, Heaven.
Morning.
I hope I never have to say that in real life.
Good morning, Heaven.
Like if I die in my sleep.
Oh my God!
Good morning, Heaven.
That's a good thing. I never thought of that.
I guess it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Wake up in heaven one day.
Right. Well, well, at least that's a positive way to look at it.
Exactly.
At least you're in the right place. So we've got, being a fire marshal, we've had a lot of hot weather lately, and the conditions are changing despite all the rain that we had recently, right?
Yes, our conditions are rapidly changing. We were blessed with a substantial amount of rainfall, but it seems like in a matter of, in less than a week, grasses are drying up, and it's a fuel-rich environment right now. So we're at a point right now where Monday we'll present it to Commissioner's Court to go back under a 60-day burn ban.
Is that typical? I mean, when you say 60, is that the typical number that you go with in the beginning?
It could be 60 days, it could be 90 days.
Okay.
But we're going to do 60 with the option of extending it if we have to.
Now, I know that you said that there's an index that you guys look at to determine this.
Every morning.
Is this determined by like future forecast? Does that come into play?
The humidity and, of course, the heat. All of that factors in, and there's a formula that they use.
Wow.
You notice I said they use. I just look it up.
There you don't set it.
I don't see it.
You're just going by what they're telling you should do.
Yes.
Now, Ronald, I think that I want to go back. You started your law enforcement career in the county. Yes. Is that correct? As a corrections officer?
In the mid-1990s, I went to work for the Atascosa County Sheriff's Office as a corrections officer under Sheriff Tommy Williams. And I worked 2.5 years there while also attending the police academy. And then when I graduated from the police academy, I applied with the city of Pleasanton like 3 or 4 times. I think they finally said, somebody needs to hire this guy because he keeps coming back.
Well, you were like persistent?
Yeah. I was the definition of persistence back then. So I got hired on there as a patrolman. And I'll never forget, I tell people this story all the time. When I went to HR, it was Cindy Urabazo.
Yes.
And she says, we're offering you the job. And that's all I heard. I imagine we discussed salary, but I didn't hear none of that. All I heard was, we're offering you the job. It wasn't until about my 3rd paycheck that I was like, man, I ain't making hardly no money for doing this. But I was doing what I loved. And I never did this job for the money. I mean, if you're doing police work for the money, you're doing it for all the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what made you want to go into law enforcement?
My brother was a police officer in San Antonio. In fact, he retired. But in the mid-1980s, he was shot and wounded in the line of duty. And I remember going to the hospital that night, and there must have been 150 police officers there. And from his whole side of town, they were all there. And one thing I remember is they all had a mustache. Even the ladies had mustaches. No, not the lady cops. No, but they were all there, and it was this brotherhood, and I was like, that's pretty cool, and that always stuck in the back of my mind. And eventually, I took the plunge, and I did it, and I don't have any regrets. No regrets.
How many years did you? Because you started out in patrol, street patrol. How many
Right.
years did you do that before you actually came Pleasanton's police chief?
I was, oh, well, I started off as a patrolman and then I promoted to sergeant, patrol sergeant. And I did that for several years. And then I promoted to lieutenant. And that's when I was lieutenant, that's when I had the most fun. I mean, working narcotics and just doing, it seems like I was just going to work to do what I wanted to do. And it involved putting bad guys in jail every day. And I had a blast. And then one day, Gary Sauer told us he was going to retire. He'd been there for 37 years. I got hired by Keith Blair. Then he passed away, and then Gary Sauer became the chief. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, no, you can't retire. We need you here.
Mm-hmm.
And so he retired, and then I had absolutely no intentions at all of being police chief at all. I was doing what I loved every day. And, I would doing surveillance of drug houses. The thought of someone else coming to be the chief who might say, hey, you can't do what you're doing anymore, scared me. So I said, okay, I'll apply. And I interviewed and they offered me the job, and I was like, okay.
So you were basically encouraged to apply.
I think it was more out of fear. I was
Was it?
afraid what was going to happen to us
I
as
gotcha.
a department. That,
Mhm.
if someone came up from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I decided to apply.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that happened in 2012. Is that correct? Around that time.
Whew, I don't even remember that far back. Yeah. Well, I was chief for 10 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was around 2012.
Yeah.
Yep. And the first time, when you become a police chief, you have to go to, it's called new chief school,
Mm-hmm.
within 2 years. So I went, and the first day the guy goes, the average police chief in Texas lasts 5 years before he's fired. And I was like, hey, wait a minute.
Right.
Nobody told me this. Like, what? So right then and there, I set a goal like, well, you know what? I want to make it 10 years. And so when I hit 10 years, I said, you know what? I've done what I set out to accomplish. So I'm ready to retire.
And I'm sure there was a lot. It's a lot different because I think people don't understand. It's like when you start in patrol, you're out in the streets.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of the grunt work.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're a police chief, it's basically an office job.
Yeah.
It becomes that.
It's
so
administrative.
To,
yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah. In fact, I was told by someone that you can't be out there on the streets anymore because you're an administrator.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm an administrator of justice. Like, put that on a T-shirt, right?
There you go. Like Batman or
Yeah,
something.
I felt like Batman when I said that. Like, I'm an administrator of justice.
I know that's like the movie headline
Yeah,
that you can
Yeah.
that was
I put on a
good.
T-shirt right
see.
here.
Ronald Sanchez, administrator of justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
Yeah. I'd probably sell 1 million T-shirts. Every cop in the country would buy one. But yeah, so I mean, I would still go out, on search warrants and everything else, even though I was chief and I'm supposed to be in the back. But I believe in leading from the front. And, we're going to kick a door in and go into a house. I'm going with you. And we did a lot of that, a lot of that. And, those were great times, great times.
And those, I mean, when you're talking about that, as a reporter, I've been on those types of incidences and things that you guys have done, and they're scary. They really are, because you don't know what you're walking into, right?
Right.
When you're doing these busts, especially at night or whatever, you just don't know what kind of a household you're walking into.
Nope.
It's dangerous.
There's no way to describe the drive from, we set up at one point because we're going to hit this house. The drive from there to there, there's no way to describe that feeling other than, your tongue sticks to the roof of your mouth. You're just running on straight up adrenaline. Your mind's racing. You check your gear over and over again, and you go, and once you secure the house and the occupants, it's like a huge. I always said if I could bottle that feeling up and sell it, I'd be a millionaire, a billionaire, because it's just no drug in the world can reproduce the feeling that you get when you're about to basically commit a home invasion on some really bad people who you know are armed, and you go in there and you take them down and nobody gets hurt, and it's just a tremendous feeling. And if I told you I did not miss that feeling, I'd be lying to you.
Really?
I do. Oh yeah, I do.
I've like I've told you, I've been a reporter and I've done this stuff, and I don't know if I've ever told you this story, Heaven, but when I worked in Silsbee, which is in Hardin County, and they called me up they were doing a drug bust, and I was working for the newspaper there, and they said, "Hey Daniel, you want to go? We're going to go do these. We're going to do a roundup." It was during the day. Met him at the sheriff's office in Koontz, Texas. Got in a truck, and I don't know if Kenny will see this. Kenny Davenport in Hardin County. If you're watching this, I hope you watch it. But I'm gonna give you a shout out. I sit down with him. He was the deputy chief of the county, and they put me in his truck. And I'm nervous. This is the first time I ever do something like this, and I have that feeling that you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. And I'm sitting in this truck with him, and we're driving. And he starts talking about these restaurants, because I had just moved to Hardin County. He was like, "Hey, have you ever eaten at this seafood restaurant over here?" And I'm thinking, "I've seen it, but I haven't eaten there, Kenny. I'm just a little nervous." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then he starts bringing up another restaurant, and I'm like, "Kenny, I'm not thinking about food right now."
I'm kind of terrified.
That's the last thing on your mind. Oh my gosh.
And he's just telling me about all this seafood and what they have and what the best menu item is. And then we pull up to this double wide trailer, parked right smack dab in the front where the doors are. He goes, "Just stay here. I'll be right back." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Those are really scary moments, but it was kind of fun.
Yep.
It was really kind of fun.
It's the ultimate amusement ride, ultimate amusement park ride.
Yeah, when you see all these law enforcement guys just jump out of their vehicles with their guns and they're bashing the door down, and I'm just sitting there watching it and thinking, "Oh my gosh, what is going to happen?" I was already thinking about I'm ducking.
Right.
You're preparing yourself already.
I'm ducking.
Maybe Disney World can reproduce that ride.
But you're right. When they walked in there, they all went inside. They came out. Kenny walked out, and he told me, he said, "It's safe. You can come out." So I got out, and I was able to take pictures, which was kind of cool, too, because I was able to take pictures. The perp walk of them walking with their handcuffs, and I'm in their front of their face taking pictures of them, and they don't like that.
I bet they don't.
It was smack dab on the front cover of the Silsbee Bee newspaper.
Yep.
You got to wear a bulletproof vest.
It wasn't cool. It was a
Okay,
little
fine.
scary.
I know. I'm like, dang.
It was a little scary.
That's cool.
I like that though.
Yeah. But at least they thought of me to put it on. And the other ones, they didn't put nothing on me.
It was the
just...
expired one.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Give that to the
No.
reporter.
I guess they're testing if it works.
They could have been setting me
It
up.
probably just had like some magazines,
Yeah.
some newspaper stuffed in there. Like, "Hey, this isn't Kevlar."
Your own newspaper was
Right.
Those guys loved me. They called me for everything. I remember one time they arrested somebody. They would call me in the middle of the night. "Hey, Daniel, we just arrested this guy that we've been looking for, and we're taking him to the jail if you want to go take pictures of a perp walk." And I'm like, "All right, there I am at 2 a.m. driving 8 miles to the jail, and I'm waiting there. Here comes an officer. He's like, "They should be driving up here pretty soon." And here they come, and I'm waiting there inside the bay where they pull in.
The exclusive.
Yes, and they opened the vehicle door, and there's the guy all pissed, looking at me, and I'm just right there in front of him taking pictures, and he's looking at me. I start asking him questions. "Did you do this? Did you shoot him? Did you kill him?" And they're just walking with their head down.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Which that would have been perfectly admissible in court, because if you asked him the question, it wasn't a law enforcement officer. So if he would have said, yeah, I did, like, boom, that's better than a confession.
Yeah, because I asked them, the police, I said, can I talk to them? They said, yeah, you can ask them questions if you want. So I was asking them, did you shoot her? Did you shoot this lady? We understood that you were abusing her and shooting her. I was saying all this stuff, and he's just looking with his head down.
I love it.
Oh, yeah. It's good times.
And the police like that because they're walking, with their heads up, holding the guy in the
There you
arm
go.
with his head down.
They're all
I bet they look really cool.
Yeah. You were chief for 10 years, you said?
10 years, yes.
10 years. So, retired. You retired in 2023, and I remember we covered that when you did your last call. That wasn't an emotional day.
Yeah, it was
actually.
pretty emotional, yeah.
When anytime you hear that, it is emotional going over the radio and doing that.
Yeah, and I always tell people that I consider myself very fortunate to have done my entire career here in the city of Pleasanton, because always had a very supportive council, mayor, and city manager. They always supported everything that we did, and they backed us 100%. Even when we had change in council and city managers, still, they always backed us 100%. And that's not always the case in a lot of police departments. So I consider myself very fortunate to have experienced that throughout my career. And the citizens of this community are the greatest. I love the people who live in this city. I love them. It was an honor to serve them, and it was not an easy decision to walk away, but I wasn't sleeping anymore. I'd wake up in the morning and my jaw hurt where I was grinding my teeth all night. And my favorite saying is, you don't know what stress is until you don't have it anymore. And after I retired, I noticed I could feel something weird on my glasses. It was my cheeks were hitting the bottom of my glasses because I was smiling all the time, and I was like, smiling, wow, what a concept. That's really cool. Wow. And and when I was no longer under stress 24 hours a day, and it just felt like the weight of the world was lifted off of my shoulders, to not have to deal with everything anymore. And I mean, like, if someone got hurt in this community, I took it personal. You should never take this job personal, they tell you, but I took it personal. If you hurt one of my citizens, I feel like I failed you. So,
and that's probably what made you such a good police chief, is because you cared about your community.
Oh, yeah.
And you had those feelings to heart
Yeah.
to protect this community.
And then I retired, and you go from living your life 100 miles per hour every day to slamming into a brick wall and stopping. And I stopped, and I was like, I'd get in my truck, I'd reach for the radio, and I don't have a radio, the police radio. And I had plans what I wanted to do when I retired, and after I did everything I planned, then I was like, what now? I don't watch TV because there's nothing on TV that interests me. And you can't pick up the phone and call your friends because they're all working. Everybody has a job, and I did a lot of hunting and fishing, and
You can only do that for so long.
I essentially felt like I'm not contributing anything to society right now. And, I probably shouldn't feel that way, that I owe society anything, but I do. I feel like I do. So, so when the fire marshal's job came open, I was like, let me think about it. Yeah, I'll do it.
It didn't take you very long?
No. I guess some of us are just born to serve. And if I do this until the day that I die, then so be it. You know, I have no problem with that. I have no problem.
And just to back up a little bit, you know, working at Pleasanton PD, you probably went through one of the most traumatic experiences of your life
Yes,
when that ambush occurred.
yes.
Um, that took a toll on a lot of you
Oh
guys.
yeah, that took a tremendous toll on everyone, and you know, I can honestly say that I did not handle that well, and there's certain things you should do and not do when you go through a critical incident, and I did all of the bad things. That, you know, I did all the you shouldn't do this things. I did that, and you know, it affected me bad. And you know, every year on October 12th, you know, that, not that the memory rehashes itself, but every day I think about that. Every day that's on my mind. And you know, those guys were my friends. You know, they had been at my house a few weeks earlier, and you know, the toll it took on me professionally and personally, yeah, it was quite a toll, you know. And I was constantly asking myself, you know, why did I survive, you know? Why, you know? And back then, 1999, you didn't just pick up your phone and look stuff up. I didn't have no resources what to look up, and then I stumbled across something about survivor's guilt, and yeah, I felt tremendously guilty for the longest time. I still do, you know, but all I can do now is honor those 3 officers who gave their lives serving their community.
And
Yeah.
one of those ways you did, I'm looking at your arms, is
Yes.
you were featured on a show A&E,
On
right?
A&E Network, yeah, what was it called? Hero Inc.
Hero Inc.
Yeah, and they did, that's Mark Stevenson's badge, Terry Miller's badge, and Thomas Muncie's badge. And we did that as a memorial to them. So they're never forgotten.
And you told that on the show. You told that story. I remember watching
Yeah.
it. I mean, I don't remember all of it, but I do remember watching the show.
Yeah.
And you told the story, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's yeah, I wanted to get a memorial tattoo.
So what happened was, who was the individual that actually what was that individual's name? The one that he got killed, right? That made the call.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there was an individual that had called. It was off Corgi Road, I believe, right in that area.
Yeah.
He called, made a bogus 911 call, and all
Yeah.
the police responded, and he was actually on the roof of this house and started shooting the police as they were driving out.
Yeah, so that was, yeah. And that,
I remember being here at the office, and I'll never forget. It was a Tuesday night.
yep, on a Tuesday, October 12th,
And Christelle
1999.
Trell was working here, and she's the one that started screaming in here. She was like, "They're shooting police officers! They're shooting police officers!" And we were all just in awe, like, "Oh my gosh, what is going on?"
Oh, yeah.
It was a wild, wild night. I won't forget that night.
Me neither. Yeah.
So I mean that was a lot to go through. And,
Oh, yeah.
And I think that the community still kind of reels on that, even to this day. Even though the community has grown, we've got different people here, but they still talk about it.
Yeah. And you know, during the aftermath, the community, not just the city of Pleasanton, but everyone in Atascosa County came together to offer their support to their law enforcement officers. And ever since then, the people of Atascosa County have always been supportive of law enforcement officers and firemen. That's one of the things too that I think as a police officer, that we're fortunate that we serve a community that supports us, and that's golden. we're so appreciative of the people of this community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
And now in your position, I know that with your experience of all that you've gone through and being a police chief and being in law enforcement, I mean, that probably has helped you tremendously now that you're a fire marshal because you understand a lot of the laws. And
yeah, a lot of fire marshal investigations is basically the same as a police investigation. You're trying to, it's a fact-finding mission, and you're just trying to get the facts, and people will lie to you, just like during a police investigation. People lie. It's the same as during a fire investigation. Yeah, people will.
with, doing that as well as police work, another thing that you have to do, or, when there's a trial, you have to go testify. Did you have to do a lot of that when you were a policeman?
When I was a policeman, yes, we did a lot of testifying. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it always seemed like it was on your day off too. Can we do this on a day that I'm working? Like I get off of work at 6 a.m, try to go home and sleep, and like you got to be in court at 9.
Oh my gosh.
So then you get there at 9 and you sit there till 3 or 4 o'clock, and they come out. You're still here? Like you can go home. Like I was like a zombie sitting here all day. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's a lot of testifying.
When you worked here at Pleasanton, you were police chief, and there was a lot of things that you did. I mean, and they're still doing all those stuff, like the paletas in the summertime, and all these little events that you started, and they're still continuing.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
that says a lot about you.
Well, it brings me great joy to know, like Chief Guerra and Assistant Chief Perez, they, I always harped to everyone in the department, we need to build equity within the community, and we need to do more for the community, because when the day comes that we make a mistake, we have to answer to those people. And we always wanted to build equity and show them, especially the children, that we're people too. Nothing's worse than being in the grocery store and the kid's crying and the mom says, I'm going to tell him to take you to jail. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. Like if you knew how much paperwork was involved in arresting a juvenile. No, I don't want to arrest no juvenile. But it makes me proud that Chief Guerra and Assistant Chief Perez continue that tradition. They're very involved within the community, which I think is so important in this day and age in law enforcement, that you be personable and the people in the community get to know who their police officers are. And I'm extremely proud of that they have continued this. Yeah, they invited me to Water Gun Wars. Like, that's a setup. No, I'm not going. They're going to wait till I get there and everybody soaks me. Like, nice try.
Well, I had Heaven go cover that event, and I told her, I said, you better watch out, because those officers, they get pretty serious with those kids.
They're ruthless. The kids are ruthless.
Everyone's ducking and dodging. I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on?
I saw a picture that you took of one of the kids. I mean, he's got this face, and he's shooting the cop right in the
I know.
For some
you
reason,
can see that water stream going in his
They
face.
have no mercy.
And for some reason, they all aim for the face. Like, geez. Yeah.
Oh,
So, but no, I mean, I wake up every day knowing that I left the department in great hands, and they still continue to do great things on a daily basis. And, I feel quite honored about that. And, this is an excellent police department we have here. And we have an excellent sheriff's department. And it's really comforting to know that the sheriff's department works they mesh real well with all the other law enforcement agencies in the county. And that's a reflection of Sheriff Guerra and his command staff. we asked those guys for help, and they're here. You know, we've been flying a drone every other day out at the big fire the other day.
At W.W. Wood.
Yeah, and they send their drone operator, and he's there every morning. Sometimes he gets there before I do.
Mm-hmm.
He gets there before us. Like, hey, I'm still eating breakfast.
How long is it? Is it still burning? Embers still
I
burning
think
in there?
Monday or Tuesday there was still spots that were 350 degrees
Wow.
in excess.
Goodness.
Yeah, I was on my way up there this morning. We were gonna fly it again when I remembered you. I was like, oh, I have a 10 o'clock appointment. Yeah. So I turned around and came.
That's incredible because
Yeah.
they had all the wood in there. You
Yeah,
know, if
all
you
the
think
fuel.
about-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the most biggest intense fire I've ever seen. And you know, some of the guys from Pleasanton Fire who have like 30 years experience said that was one of the biggest ones they've ever seen. And,
Wow.
yeah, and you know, I like to give a big shout out to the City of Pleasanton Fire Department and Chief Bradley Chambers. They're always on the spot. If we need any type of assistance, those guys are there, ready to help. And
Chief
Yeah.
Chambers has
Yeah.
been a really,
he's
really
a huge
good
asset
a
to the
good
city.
asset. That's what I was going to say. A good asset
Yeah.
to the city. He's very knowledgeable about that.
Oh yeah,
all this stuff
he
work.
is. Yeah, so. Yeah.
And he's come in and he's done a lot of stuff and really appreciative of him. He's a good friend of ours, you know. So
Yeah.
he comes here every once in a while to talk to me. So
Yeah.
that makes me feel good.
It's a good fire department, yeah.
Yep.
And we got a good police department. We got a good sheriff's department.
You know, right as soon as you became fire marshal, then, you know, you talk about, you know, the stress level kind of going down a little bit, but then you have this big fire
Oh, yeah,
north
but-
of the county that's,
Yeah.
you know, with 50-mile-an-hour winds. And
Yeah, but I mean that was nothing. I mean, compared to other incidents that I've been involved in. Like,
I know, but
Yeah.
still, I was out there, and
Yeah.
it was scary over
oh
there.
yeah, it was a monster.
Because you could see all those little, you know, embers flying in the
Flying.
wind, and then,
Yeah.
you know, all of a sudden I'm hearing yelling behind me, and there's a fire started behind you. It's just like that, so fast. It's scary.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
fire is scary. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. So,
You know,
Yeah.
and then you know we were talking
of
about
course, Heaven didn't go out there because it was after 9 o'clock. And
Right.
Coach won't let her leave the house
Oh
after
my
9 o'clock.
God.
The coach won't let her leave. Like, you ain't going nowhere.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, you're gonna have to go on your own, Dan.
right.
Yeah.
Well, with this fire, W.W. Wood, I mean, this is still under investigation.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
assuming.
Yeah, it will. And the warehouse alone was like 80,000 square feet,
Oh
and it
my
was full
gosh.
of combustible products.
Mhm.
So, you know, it burned.
And you don't think about this, but the intense heat
Oh, yeah.
damaged all the other buildings around it. Even
Yeah.
though they may not have caught fire, they probably suffered damage, like melted or something.
And
Yeah,
not to
they
mention
had
all the
to.
machinery in there and
Uh-huh.
everything. Yeah, so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you said at one point, and when I talked to you right after it happened, you said it was still at 900
Yeah,
degrees.
950 degrees. That was a couple of days afterward.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I
Yeah.
can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
And being that close to it, and we were lucky that we didn't have any serious injuries with
Oh, yeah.
firefighters, right?
We had 14 fire departments respond that night from as
Wow.
far as China Grove.
Wow.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Lackland Air Force Base Fire
Really?
Department came, and yeah, it was something like that happens. Everybody wants to help.
And that says a lot about all the fire departments. I mean, we were just talking about earlier before we started recording about the fire south of Bear County,
Oh yeah,
that they needed support, and we had some of our firefighters
Yes.
from our county go over there to help off at
Yes.
Applewhite Road.
Applewhite Road. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So there was several units from Atascosa County that went
Mhm.
to provide assistance.
In your office, we talked about you've got Mike Ponza.
Yes.
He's emergency management coordinator.
Yes.
And then you've also got John Broccoli, who
Yes,
is
he is our environmental deputy. He investigates environmental crimes.
You guys actually all work hand in hand,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah. And then Jessica Godinez is our administrative assistant, and she's in charge of keeping everybody in line. She does a pretty good job of that. If you'll notice, my work truck says Fire Marshal /OEM, which stands for Office of Emergency Management, but I say it's an Office of Elderly Men.
Oh my goodness.
Because John's retired, Mike's retired, I'm retired. So we're the Office of Elderly Men.
Oh my God!
Like who has a doctor's appointment
Oh my
today?
goodness.
It's my turn. It's my every day.
You have it on the dryer
Right?
race board.
Oh my God.
Okay, it's John today.
John, it's your turn to go to the doctor. Mike, you can go tomorrow. Yeah. So,
I didn't realize that Mike was also retired too.
San
so-
Antonio Fire Department.
Oh my gosh, he is really knowledgeable about.
Very knowledgeable.
I mean,
all
like,
things fire.
He's
Yeah.
a great asset to the
He
county.
is. He's a tremendous asset. We're glad to have him. And John's a huge asset when it comes to illegal dumping cases, because he gets in there and digs through the trash, and he'll find. Yeah.
Finding addresses and names.
Yeah, he's made some significant arrests, and in fact, he's fixing to make a couple more here real soon.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, he's good at what he does. He's a very meticulous investigator. So we got a good team going there, because Mike's very knowledgeable of fire and everything. John, environmental stuff, and me, I really don't know what purpose I serve there, but I'm there every day. I'm there every
There
day.
you go. You show up though.
I'm
That's
there.
what
Yeah,
counts.
I show up because especially if I don't have coffee at home,
Yeah.
I have to go to the office. There's coffee there.
And then you
I know
have to, when you walk in, you have to look at the board. Okay, I don't have a
I don't
doctor's
have a
appointment.
doctor's appointment today. Yeah. Yeah.
I know that we talked a little bit about, your memorial tattoo, of course, but I keep looking at your tattoos. Can you kind of explain, what they mean to you and why you got them?
The guy who did my memorial tattoo was Rich Verdino from New York. And they flew him to Houston to do this tattoo at Prison Break Tattoos. And then he did it, and then he told me he said, whenever you retire, come see me. So when I retired, I flew to New York to his shop, and he tattooed my badge on there. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he did. He shut his shop down all day just to have me there, and did it. Then he wouldn't take any money. He's like, no, you don't have to pay me, which I did pay him, but he didn't want to take any money.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so that was my last badge issued, and then I had this done, this flag with the thin blue line, and you see it says 10/12/99 there. They're at Prison Break Tattoos, and I guess the guy remembered me, so that's when he called me and asked me if I wanted to be on his show to get that done. So I only had that, but I wanted more of a Texas theme, because my ancestry goes way, way back in Texas. So of course the Alamo and the seal of the state of Texas, and these are all done by a kid in Poteet, Moses Carrasco. Shout out to Moses Carrasco.
Really?
He's like 23 years old. And
He
he's
did that?
he's an excellent tattooist.
Yeah, they look great. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't help but notice the
Yeah.
Alamo right there on,
Yeah.
on your arm. I was like, what?
Yeah, like how Texas are you?
Yeah.
That
Texas.
That's right, the Alamo.
That one's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
it.
So yeah, he's a really talented artist.
Did it hurt? Like when it came right here, it looks like it hurt.
No,
You know me.
no, it
hurt.
didn't. It didn't hurt. Yeah. So, but no. This I wanted to do a memorial tattoo.
I have
And
one, and
what
it's the diabetes ribbon, because my stepdaughter has diabetes. So
Really?
It's the awareness, and it's pretty big, but up here, it hurt because
Really?
I have I'm pretty bony up here. I was a wimp. It didn't hurt right there.
You were that guy.
Yeah, I was like, wincing in pain, trying to be tough, grinding my teeth.
Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't.
Well, when I get a shot, or even if I'm going to get a test, they need to take a little bit of blood or something. In the last time, it was about a couple of weeks ago when they needed to take a little bit of blood, and I looked away, and the nurse looked at me, and she was like, "Is everything okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I just can't look. I have to look away." And if I feel the poke, you may hear a little whimper from me.
Yep.
God.
But for the most part, I've had good nurses where it didn't hurt too bad.
Do you plan on getting any more tattoos anytime soon?
Yes.
Really?
I do,
What are you planning on getting?
I haven't decided yet, but I may fly back to New York and see Rich Verdino again and have him do
And they
another
say
one.
that once you get one, and like I said,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have one, you kind of
Yeah.
get the itch for another one,
Yeah.
but I really haven't.
Yeah.
I got this, and I'm like, I don't know if I want
Really?
another one or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my
Well-
kid said, "You're an old man." Like, well, I never could do this when I was police chief.
Yeah.
That would create quite an uproar, I
Right.
imagine, if I was police chief and I had a sleeve. So I'm like, I can do this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like before when I worked, like did narcotics work, I didn't do too much undercover work, but still I didn't want somebody to see me and say, "Hey, this guy's a cop."
Yeah,
So,
it'll be identifiable
yeah,
after a
so-
while.
yeah, so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I don't have to worry about anymore.
Right, but sometimes tattoos are kind of a normal thing now, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
think
really
so.
see it as
Yeah.
anything that's
Yeah, it's just normal.
I saw your Facebook page actually the other day, or maybe it was yesterday, and you had said something like, you said you were retiring, so you're never going to shave your face again.
Oh yeah.
Is that something that you're still
Because-
going to stand by?
Because I don't like how a policeman in uniform looks with a beard. I never liked that. So of course I shaved every day. But young guys now, they all, they gang up on me like, "Why can't we have a beard?" So I said, "Okay, we'll allow it." So we allowed it, and we made a very strict policy, like you're not going to look like the duck commander and your beard comes down to here. It has to be neat and kept, and if I don't like it, you're going to have to get rid of it. So they're very good. Everyone adheres to the policy now and everything, but I shaved every day for 26 years.
Yeah.
And after I retired, like, I ain't doing that no more. I'm not shaving anymore. I don't even have a razor in my house.
Really?
I just throw that away.
I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Really?
If I don't shave,
Uh-huh.
because it grows awkwardly.
In
Like
patches?
if I yes, it does. So like if I let my mustache grow, I'm not gonna have a mustache. I'm gonna have like one of those Fu Manchu. It just grows right here.
Cantinflas, like Cantinflas.
Yes, Cantinflas. I had a friend call me that in school one time. I'm like, really? Cantinflas?
Yeah. I mean, I always had a mustache. I had a mustache since the second grade. But no, I'm joking. but I mean, I allow mustaches, just no beards. But now we do, and they're pretty good about it.
I don't even know if I
Yeah.
could grow a beard. It'd probably just be like this little spots right here. I look like I have
And then I did,
blush or something.
and it was like, it's all gray. What the heck? Like,
Yeah.
is there something you can do to change the channel?
Right.
Yeah.
On the weekends, I won't shave, and by Sunday, when I'm looking in the mirror getting ready for bed, and I can see already like gray coming out right here, I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
that sucks.
That's inevitable. You can't. That's inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're originally from Poteet,
I was born and raised on the south side of San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Went to school at Harlandale High School.
Mm-hmm.
I still bleed maroon.
There you go.
And
Harlandale Indians.
yep. And I was the youngest of 5 kids. My dad was a civil service worker. He worked at Kelly Air Force Base, and my mom worked for the Harlandale School District in their administration office.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was the youngest of 5, 3 sisters, and my brother and myself, and we were born and raised there on the south side, off of South Cross in South Zamora.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
I had a lot
and
of.
I was fortunate. I think all my life I've been lucky.
Yeah.
Eventually, that's gonna run out.
Right.
But I was fortunate growing up. It was a rough neighborhood, but I was fortunate that I had 2 parents. and my dad would take us hunting and fishing.
Nice.
Me and my brother and I, he would take us hunting and fishing. It wasn't until I was much older that I realized my mom probably said, "Oh, if you're gonna go hunting, you take them with you too."
There you go.
Right? So no, he would take us hunting and fishing, and we'd have a good time. And I was the only kid in my school who hunted and fished because
'Cause
we
it
were in
was-
the inner city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember back then, Harlandale was a good school.
Oh yeah.
I had friends
Until I
when
got
I
there.
started going college in San Antonio.
Until I got there, then
Oh.
it was out for me. No. I was never a good student.
I had when I was in college, I had friends that graduated from Harlandale, and it was a pretty good school
Yeah.
back in the day. I don't know how it is nowadays. I haven't really kept up much with it, but
Yeah.
times change,
Oh yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
So who taught you how to cook? Your mom or your dad?
Oh, I'm self-taught, really, out
Really?
of necessity, because
'Cause-
I'm hungry all the time.
Well,
so,
I mean, when
as you
I-
can see,
when I
hungry
get
all
on
the time.
Facebook and the first thing I see is you showing a plate of your food that you cook, and I'm thinking,
it's all hit
you
and
like
miss.
you like to show all this good food, you don't share it.
Right? I think I'm self-taught, and
You do a lot of grilling though too.
yeah, I do a lot of grilling, and I love to grill, and now I'm in the whole Dutch oven phase.
Really?
I make peach cobbler.
Ooh.
In
my
fact,
gosh.
Saturday, I'm going to be with Chief Guerra at the barbecue cook-off in Poteet.
He barbecues too,
Oh, he's
right?
really good, yeah.
Right.
He's really
I'm
good.
gonna have to hit him up for some barbecue
So
one of these days.
he asked me if I would help him with the desserts.
Really?
They have a Dutch oven dessert division, so I said, yeah, I'll do it. It'll probably be 125 degrees out there,
Yeah.
but
my
yeah.
gosh.
but
Well,
yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be
nothing,
good times.
Nothing that a few cold drinks could.
That's
help.
absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah. That's absolutely right.
So I actually have this little, I don't know.
It's a challenge coin.
There you go. A challenge coin
Yes.
that I received
Yes.
from Chief Sanchez in like 2017, I want to say.
When you sang the national anthem for us at National Night Out.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard her sing?
No, she talks about
She's
her.
a great singer. Go ahead. On camera. Go ahead. Yeah,
She tells
she's great.
She tells me she's told us about it,
Yeah.
and I have yet to hear her sing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No. So
Yeah.
then we'll
I
have
never
to-
asked her to sing. I'd call her dad or her mom and say, can you send Heaven over here
Yeah.
to sing? She was voluntold.
I was. I have a picture right here, and maybe we can put it in with the podcast later on. But I came right from a volleyball game, so I can go sing the national
Oh my
anthem over
gosh.
there. It
That's
was
cool.
I
Yeah.
know. It was the
That's pretty
best.
cool.
But
Yeah.
I always kept this, and I always remembered
Good,
whenever
thank
you
you.
gave it
Yeah.
to me. And I was like, oh. I mean, I was voluntold, but I had a great time. I got this
You
challenge
got a
coin.
challenge
I
coin out
know.
of it. Every time the cops stop her now, she's like,
know.
oh, what's this?
That's what I said. I was
Keep it
like,
in your car.
yeah, can I use it to get out of tickets if I ever get pulled over? I haven't yet.
Yeah. You
Be like, do you know who I am? All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was
That is really cool.
It was.
And then
really
the fact
cool.
that you still have it, that's cool.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I'm keeping this thing forever.
Yep.
Always.
That's awesome.
Uh huh.
Well, keep it in your car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Just
gotta
in
be
case that you're
ready.
in a hurry and you're speeding.
Uh huh. I'm undercover, guys.
Right?
And I still do that. Like I'll like kind of roll at a stop sign and not completely stop, and then a cop comes in behind me, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, don't stop me, don't stop me, don't stop me. But a lot of times it's kind of funny. They'll see who I am and they'll wait.
Right.
So you get away with it.
Well, thank you for joining us here on 830 Amplified, powered by Pleasanton Express and presented by Price Chevrolet.
Together, let's drive.
We appreciate you, Price, and please go visit them at 2035 West Oaklawn, Highway 97. If you going towards Jerton and you drive all the way to Walmart and you haven't seen it, you went past it, turn around, go back. Great guys. You'll love them. Until the next episode, we'll see you next time.
Bye.